As Afolabi began to flip through the pages of the Saviola, he got to chapter 15, titled Jamoni, and as he was about to read it, a ghost known by the name Jamoni appeared from the shadows, and gave him a thunderous slap. The slap was so heavy that it felt like his soul had left his body. He rolled over several times, lost consciousness, and after a few minutes Afolabi regained his consciousness. This is Mpalu, a village of great farmers and blacksmiths. Our tale navigates through the waters of bravery and audacity. As darkness enveloped the land, an eerie silence descended, broken only by the distant rustle of leaves and the occasional hoot of an owl. The villagers knew this was the time when the forest, a vast, untamed wilderness that bordered their settlement, came alive with its own mysterious symphony. Legend spoke of the forest's nocturnal chorus, a cacophony of sounds that sent shivers down the spines of even the bravest hearts. Some said it was the spirit of the ancestors, restless and yearning, calling out to the living. Others whispered of dark creatures, lurking in the shadows, their voices a haunting reminder of the forest's ancient power. One night, a young boy named Afolabi, curious and fearless, ventured into the forest, drawn by the allure of the forbidden. The moon, a sliver of silver, illuminated the path before him, casting an ethereal glow upon the towering trees and dense undergrowth. As he delved deeper into the woods, the sounds grew louder, more insistent. The rustling leaves seemed to whisper secrets, the snapping of twigs like the footsteps of unseen beings. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the night air, echoing through the trees. Afolabi's heart pounded in his chest as he froze, his breath caught in his throat. A shadowy figure emerged from the darkness, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. It moved with a silent grace, its long, skeletal fingers reaching out towards the boy. Terror seized Afolabi, and he turned to flee, his legs pumping with adrenaline. But the creature was swift, its movements a blur in the dim light. Afolabi stumbled, his foot caught on a root, and he fell to the ground. The creature loomed over him, its breath a chilling mist. In that moment, Afolabi remembered the tales his grandmother had told him, of the forest's power and the dangers that lurked within. He closed his eyes, bracing himself for the inevitable. But instead of the expected pain, he felt a gentle touch, a soothing voice whispering in his ear, "You are welcome, my son." When he opened his eyes, the creature was gone, vanished into the darkness as quickly as it had appeared. Deep within the forest, Afolabi stumbled upon a hidden clearing, bathed in the soft glow of an ancient tree. As he approached, the tree's branches parted, revealing a hidden cave. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, Afolabi entered the cave. Inside, he discovered a hidden chamber, filled with ancient scrolls and mystical artifacts. As he explored, he stumbled upon a peculiar scroll, the Saviola. This scroll had been hidden away from the people by the king of Kofodana, whose battalion was defeated by the advancing force of King Quail at the Strait of Kioma. So, to keep this super knowledge alone, he hid the scroll in the forest. The pages of this scroll filled with intricate symbols and diagrams. As Afolabi began to flip through the pages of the Saviola, he got to chapter 15, titled Abumoni, and as he was about to read it, a ghost known by the name Jamoni appeared from the shadows, and gave him a thunderous slap. The slap was so heavy that it felt like his soul had left his body. He rolled over several times, lost consciousness, and after a few minutes Afolabi regained his consciousness. This particular chapter of the scroll contained details of a hidden power, a force that could transform the lives of those who learned to harness it. It was rumored that King Quail invaded King Kafidon's kingdom because of the contents in the Saviola. The spirits were not going to allow a young man with no conquest to have the details of one of the most powerful books of knowledge that easy. In a fight for survival, Afolabi fought the wind using fragments of broken tree offcuts as a shield. The wind was so fierce that it threw him from one tree to the next. Afolabi won't give up, as he fought to contain the strong wind with the tree offcut. He also invoked the spirits of the new gods, Kobo, and the old gods, Kumosi, the ghost muttered, and screamed in a loud and enraging voice. "Who are you, to challenge me in my domain? Have you no fear, boy? Don't you know that this kingdom belongs to the dead, and the dead keep it?" The fierce muttering did not deter Afolabi from screaming even louder. He beckoned on the old and new gods for help. Because these were familiar spirits, the wind recognized it, the pressure eased and the fierce wind ceased. Intrigued by what had happened, Afolabi was caught up in fear and awe. Having come this far, Afolabi summoned the courage and decided to finish the adventure. The bold Afolabi went in search of the scroll, and when he found it, he spent countless hours deciphering the scroll's secrets. He learned about the power of nature, the importance of balance, and the interconnectedness of all living things. With each newfound insight, his mind expanded, and his wisdom grew. When Afolabi returned to his village, he was a changed man. His newfound knowledge allowed him to solve the village's problems, from finding bountiful harvests to healing the sick. His wisdom and compassion earned him the respect of the villagers, and soon he was revered as the wisest man in the land. Afolabi's newfound wisdom, gleaned from the ancient scroll, transformed him into a beacon of hope for his village. His discoveries were as diverse as they were profound. 1. Harnessing the power of nature, Afolabi learned to harness the energy of the sun and wind to power simple machines, easing the villagers' labor. He constructed windmills to grind grain and solar-powered lamps to illuminate their homes, even during the darkest nights. 2. Healing the sick with ancient remedies. The scroll revealed the healing properties of local herbs and plants. Afolabi became a skilled healer, concocting remedies for various ailments, from fevers to skin infections. He established a communal herb garden, ensuring a sustainable supply of medicinal plants. 3. Improving crop yields. Understanding the principles of sustainable agriculture, Afolabi introduced innovative farming techniques. He taught the villagers to rotate crops, enrich the soil with compost, and protect their fields from pests using natural deterrents. As a result, their harvests became bountiful year after year. 4. Preserving cultural heritage. The scroll contains stories and songs of their ancestors, lost to time. Afolabi revived these traditions, organizing storytelling sessions and musical performances. He encouraged the younger generation to learn their history and appreciate their cultural heritage. Afolabi's transformation, however, did not come without challenges. Some villagers, envious of his newfound status and knowledge, spread rumors and accused him of witchcraft. Kumbi, the eldest son of the chief priest Hamzat, accused Afolabi of using spiritual powers to heal the people. This was because the business of his father had started to nosedive and villagers preferred to patronize Afolabi over his father. Initially proud of his achievements, his family became wary of his growing influence. His childhood friends, unable to comprehend his transformation, distanced themselves, fearing his superiority. Despite the adversity, Afolabi remained steadfast in his mission to uplift his community. He patiently explained his discoveries, debunking misconceptions and demonstrating the practical benefits of his knowledge. He organized workshops and training sessions at the village square, empowering the villagers to take charge of their own destinies. Slowly but surely, the villagers began to see the positive impact of Afolabi's wisdom and started to embrace the changes he brought. Afolabi's journey was a testament to the power of knowledge and the resilience of the human spirit. He proved that even in the most remote and impoverished villages, the seeds of progress could be sown, and a brighter future could be cultivated. Word of Afolabi's wisdom reached the ears of the king, who was struggling to govern his kingdom effectively. Impressed by Afolabi's intelligence and integrity, the king appointed him as his prime minister, despite his young age. Under Afolabi's guidance, the kingdom flourished. The once struggling kingdom became a prosperous and harmonious land, all thanks to the young man who dared to venture into the fearsome forest.